Las Fierbinți, aruncarea cu Ciocanul, partea Y is a masterful portrayal of rural Romanian life blended with comedic brilliance and subtle social commentary. The film opens with a panoramic view of the village, establishing the rustic charm and the intricate network of relationships that will drive the story forward. The cinematography captures the uneven streets, the worn-down houses, and the small patches of greenery, painting a picture of a community that is at once familiar and full of quirks. The introduction of Brânzoi, the central character, immediately sets the tone for the narrative. He is presented not just as a man from the village, but as a symbol of ambition and latent potential, whose skills with the hammer reveal an unexpected dimension of personal growth and community pride. The opening scenes are rich in visual storytelling. Brânzoi, practicing in the field, with the sun rising behind him, conveys a sense of both solitude and determination, while his interactions with minor characters establish the village's unique social fabric. The film does not shy away from humor, yet it balances comedy with moments of sincerity, creating a rhythm that keeps the viewer engaged. Each character is carefully introduced, from the supportive but stern teacher to the mischievous neighbors, who oscillate between mockery and admiration. These relationships serve as both a source of conflict and a mirror to the cultural dynamics of small-town life. One of the most striking elements is how the film frames the hammer throw as more than a sport. It becomes a narrative device to explore perseverance, the quest for identity, and the social pressures of conforming to communal expectations. The training sequences are depicted with meticulous attention to detail. The camera focuses on Brânzoi's grip, his stance, the rotation of his body, and the minute adjustments in his technique. This not only adds realism, but also emphasizes the film's underlying theme of personal discipline as a path to achievement. The villagers' reactions to Brânzoi's endeavors are both humorous and telling. The film cleverly uses these reactions to comment on the paradox of rural communities that celebrate talent, but simultaneously struggle with jealousy and rivalry. Scenes where Brânzoi is celebrated yet subtly undermined by others create a tension that propels the narrative forward. Humor is never gratuitous. Instead, it serves to humanize characters and offer insights into the complexity of social interactions. For example, Celentano, the village comedian, provides levity, but also embodies the archetype of skepticism and envy, reminding viewers that every community has its naysayers. The film excels in pacing. It transitions effortlessly between light-hearted village antics and moments of introspective drama. A scene where Brânzoi practices alone in the fields is juxtaposed with a chaotic village fair, highlighting the contrast between personal aspiration and collective distraction. This technique enriches the storytelling, allowing the audience to connect emotionally with Brânzoi's journey. Music and sound design contribute significantly to the film's atmosphere. Traditional Romanian folk tunes interlace with ambient sounds of rural life, enhancing authenticity while accentuating emotional beats. During training and competition sequences, the soundtrack heightens tension, making every throw of the hammer feel consequential. Another layer of depth is added through the depiction of mentorship. The relationship between Brânzoi and Professor Ilie is central to the narrative. It embodies the transfer of wisdom, the shaping of talent, and the sometimes difficult but necessary process of guidance. The film handles this dynamic with nuance, showing moments of friction, encouragement, and mutual respect. The cinematography's use of close-ups during critical moments, such as Brânzoi's concentrated gaze or the hammer in mid-flight, allows the viewer to feel the intensity of effort and anticipation. These technical choices create a visceral experience, drawing the audience into the physical and psychological exertion of the protagonist. Moreover, the narrative structure is layered with microstories that enrich the main plot. Side characters have arcs that intersect with Brânzoi's, each adding texture to the portrayal of village life. These subplots, while seemingly peripheral, mirror the main theme of striving against limitations, whether personal, social, or environmental. The competition itself, depicted towards the climax, is choreographed with precision. Each throw, each reaction, and each twist in the outcome is orchestrated to maximize engagement, while underscoring the film's central motifs of perseverance, community, and self-discovery. Humor, as always, punctuates the tension, offering relief without undermining the stakes. One of the most memorable aspects is how the film captures the balance between absurdity and reality. Village traditions, exaggerated behaviors, and quirky dialogues are rooted in realism, ensuring that comedy does not feel forced. The audience is invited to laugh with the characters while simultaneously empathizing with their struggles and triumphs. Thematically, the film explores the interplay between individual ambition and communal identity. Brânzoi's success is both personal and collective, reflecting how individual achievements resonate within a social context. The narrative subtly critiques societal tendencies to resist change, while celebrating those who embody potential, illustrating the tension between support and rivalry. In addition, the film skillfully integrates physical comedy with emotional depth. Scenes where Brânzoi stumbles or miscalculates a throw are as much about timing and humor as they are about resilience. These moments reinforce the message that failure is an integral part of growth, a lesson conveyed without moralizing. Visual symbolism permeates the film. The hammer is not merely a sporting tool, but a metaphor for power, focus, and the capacity to influence one's destiny. Repeated shots of the hammer in motion, juxtaposed with villagers' reactions, underscore the central tension between aspiration and societal expectation. Personal anecdotes and minor narrative diversions enrich the viewing experience. The film includes sequences of village rituals, games, and domestic interactions that create a lived-in world, allowing audiences to immerse themselves fully. These elements reinforce authenticity and make Brânzoi's story more compelling. By the final scenes, the film succeeds in delivering both satisfaction and contemplation. Brânzoi's journey is celebrated, yet the narrative does not offer simplistic resolutions. The character has grown, but the world around him remains complex and unpredictable. This ambiguity strengthens the film's realism and provides viewers with reflective space. Overall, Las Fierbinți, Aruncarea cu Ciocanul, Partea Whitey, is a brilliant fusion of comedy, drama, and social commentary. It captures the essence of Romanian village life, the humor inherent in human interactions, and the power of individual determination. Through meticulous direction, strong performances, and layered storytelling, it leaves a lasting impression, inviting repeated viewings and deep reflection on the universality of ambition, community, and resilience.